What's up, everybody? This is Victor from Cyborg for Life, and I want to welcome you to episode 12 of Lengthening Live, where the patients get to interview the guests. And today we are joined back by one of our fan favorite patients, Liam. He is our cosmetic quadrilateral lengthening patient who did 12.4 centimeters last year. And Liam, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm so thankful that you were able to join us. I know that the time difference was a little bit of an issue, but yeah, I'm glad that you were able to make it. So today we're going to go ahead and get an update on your progress because we did an initial interview to kind of talk about your surgery and everything like that. But today we're going to talk about how you're doing. So I actually you brought some content with you, and I put together a little video to kind of show everybody what, your progress from like after surgery when you started walking to where you are now. Is it okay if I show that?
Absolutely. Just go ahead, please.
Okay. All right, guys. So here we go. Here's the video that I put together. Here we are. All right, Liam.
That was so hard. It was so hard. You can't imagine, man. 6 broken bones and doing steps. It was really hard, but it is worth to do it. Really, I did it, and I'm completely happy. That was something really nice.
This is you doing hydrotherapy, right?
Exactly. It was such a relief to go into the water and stand up and walking in the water, doing normal steps. Really, it was really helpful.
Yeah. And you were not, like, you did your physical therapy, like, how many days a week did you get physical therapy done?
I did 3 times in a week. Professional physical therapists. It was Sporter Team. You can see the guys. It's in Istanbul. They're really a professional institution. Mm-hmm. And at home I did a training for roughly 3 other days. So I was doing something for 6 days a week.
That's amazing. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and play this. I'm going to see if I can mute us, and I'm going to play this.
It was hard.
Okay.
Yeah. Another nice step in my whole road. The first time walking with a crutches. Like a penguin.
Like a penguin, yeah, exactly. But you were moving, man. You were moving. And let me guess, your bones were consolidated at this point enough to be able to walk, correct?
Exactly. I mean, with the support of the PRECICE 2 device, which is bearing up to 40 kilograms, and the consolidation of the bones were enough to walk without any support devices.
Gotcha. That's amazing.
Getting better and better.
Yeah, I saw that. I kind of saw the progression from a little shazazz there. Now, when you were starting to walk, was it more the hips or the hamstrings that were tight? What was it really that affected your walk?
The problem was not the stiffness of the hamstrings. We never had a problem with the hamstrings.
Yeah.
I think that's the benefit of the internal nails. You can really push yourself during the physical therapy, and they're gonna extend the hamstrings, the calf muscles. The only problem what I had is after the surgery, I wasn't really able to walk for the first 2 or 3 months. Okay, wow. And that's why I lost a lot of muscles on my whole leg and as well on my hips. And to regain the muscles on the hips really takes time.
Yeah.
And you see it's getting better and better.
Yeah, I saw, like, the progression is amazing to see you get better from, like, literally hobbling on the walker to, like, having a natural walking gait. This is incredible, man. So, guys, as you can see here, Liam, we're progressing through his walking gait, and as you see, it's getting better over the months. So this is 8 months post-op, and I'm going to post this video on my YouTube as itself. Once we're done the live stream, so you'll actually be able to see this, yourself as many times as you want. I just wanted to kind of show it here on the live stream to kind of give you guys some context of how he's doing. Okay, so this is nearly post 9 months after his limb lengthening surgery. When did you get it? You said October.
The first surgery was on the 12th of October on the femurs, and the second was on the tibias on the 16th, 4 days later.
4 days. So he got lengthen of the tibias and then the femurs October 12th and 16th last year of 2020. So not even a year later, he's already back to walking after lengthening 12.4 centimeters.
By the way, this is Dr. Serkan Gurjan who did my surgery.
Yes, this is Dr. Serkan Gurjan.
And you know what? I'm 1 centimeter taller than him.
Are you?
Yeah. I said, you did a good job. I'm taller than you now. For 1 centimeter.
He's probably like, darn it. Now I got to shorten your legs.
He's a great guy. It's a nice guy.
He seems like it. Yeah.
You see how I sit with my legs up on the other one?
Yeah.
So that's the August video, yeah, exactly.
Look at this, guys. Look at his walking gait. Look how natural it looks now. From when you saw him hopping with the walker to now, he's walking taller, much more naturally. It's almost perfect. Like, I can't see. If I didn't know he had... In fact, I think it's pretty perfect. Like, look at that. Look at that.
I think a great achievement here is that the proportions are really kept in a beautiful way. I mean, we kept roughly 80% between the tibias and femurs.
Yeah.
And that's why the proportions are looking so good.
Absolutely. Yeah, your proportions looked fantastic. That's why I kind of show you right here. You're doing squats. He's doing bodyweight squats all the way down, full knee flexion, full knee extension here, so he's able to touch his toes. I mean, look at this. This is incredible for lengthening 12.4 centimeters literally at the same time. This is unheard of. And we're going to talk in a minute.
Believe me, you need to train so hard, so much to achieve something like that. Man, that's not a vacation where you just lay on this couch for a couple of months. Man, that is so hard work, you can't imagine.
Right.
Yeah.
And these are his x-rays, his final x-rays. I think they're in August, correct?
Exactly. The date on the 5th of August, yeah.
Yep. So this is him with his surgeon again, Dr. Serkan. And I guess it's your family?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's with his family there.
Last 2 weeks ago on a wedding.
Yeah, and that's your 2 sons, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And then there he is.
Oh, I like that picture.
Yeah, it's a great picture, man. It's a great picture.
Man, believe me, after this procedure, being back on line, flying again as a captain, it's such an amazing feeling. You know, the thing is, Victor, you need to have a medical certification from the aviation authorities in order to perform your flight duties. So,
really,
due to the fact that I was working in Turkey as a pilot for Turkish Airlines, and as well getting my pilot license from Germany, so I needed to get the medical certification from both authorities. So I did a medical examination in Germany and in Turkey.
Did you?
And they really deeply get into my legs, and they checked all the nerves. There's some device called EMG or something like that, where they can exactly analyze the nerves, whether they're functioning or not. I mean, probably I'm the first guy in the whole aviation industry who did a limb lengthening surgery and get back his medical certification and get back to his flight duty. Yeah. And they really deeply looked into my legs and my performance and said, okay, I mean, you did something crazy, but it's all right. You can go get your medical certification. And that's really a nice thing. And
that's incredible.
You are like a newborn person. I don't know, people who don't have the feeling of being too small probably will not understand what kind of feeling it is if you go through such a kind of procedure, get out successfully, and then you getting back to your normal life as a new person with a new height. It's amazing. The internal balance, the internal feeling is much better. It's really undescribable. It's difficult to describe this feeling of happiness, the satisfaction of yourself. This is different.
I can hear it in your voice, and I heard it all summer long as you sent me, progress updates and video updates. And many people have asked me, over the months about quadrilateral lengthening and is it easy? And I told them, no, it's not easy. But if you have a willingness to go through the rigors of this procedure and to stick to the rehab and have a strong mindset like you preached on your first interview, then anything is possible. And Liam, is it okay if I show your before and after pictures of you standing with your 2 mates?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. I'm going to share that, guys. So this is Liam standing with his some of his pilot mates. This is before surgery. Can you see that, Liam?
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, so here's Liam over here on the right side. So you can see him right there, actually standing at a stature below his two friends. And then we go to the right here. I'm going to go stop sharing this one. And then I'm going to go to the next one. Here we go. All right. And this is him standing with the same guys a little later. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Actually towering over both of them. Well, not towering, but like a little taller than both of them, actually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome to see that. To see you go from below to that. And then there's a comparison, as you can see. So you gained 12.4 centimeters. I think that's what, 5 point something inches?
I don't know how much it is in inches, but in total it's 6 point something in inch. In the total height of 182.
Oh, wow.
I'm 182 centimeters right now, and it's I think it's 6 inches something.
Yeah. So let's talk now. Let's talk. So you started. What was your starting height, Liam?
170 centimeters.
170 centimeters. Yeah, and now he's at 182.4 centimeters, pretty much, because he got the or 182. We'll just say that 182.
Let's say 182. Yeah.
Yeah, 182 to round it down. So that's amazing. So guys, and he said it's an incredible feeling. He's living life to the fullest. He's back to work, and he said it's an indescribable happiness that he has inside of him. So, guys, I brought a few questions here that some of you have submitted. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into that, and then we're gonna open it to the live Q&A chat. So let's see here. So Liam, the first question that I have for you was submitted by a patient or prospective patient, and they were asking, what was the most painful day so far in the surgery? Also, apart from physical pain, what has been the hardest part about the whole surgery recovery altogether?
Okay. The people need to understand that, as we mentioned before, that this was a quadrilateral lengthening. Mm-hmm. So normally the people just go for femur lengthening or tibial lengthening with internal or external nails. Okay, so it's a completely different thing if you're gonna do it the femurs and the tibias at the same time. As I mentioned on the first interview with you, I mean, after the first surgery on my femurs, mm-hmm. I barely had pain. I didn't use even the painkillers. It was really comfortable. The only thing what I had, it was like something heavily was lying on my legs. Okay, yeah. That was the feeling. It was uncomfortable, but the pain level was completely manageable. But then 4 days later, once we did the tibias, when I woke up, man, it kicked me off. It really kicked me off. It was hard. It was for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, it was painful, and we managed this with painkillers. And throughout the procedure, the physical therapy was quite okay. I mean, it was at stages where it was painful, and then it gets with the pain lower. But the pain really started once I had achieved 9 centimeters. I mean, I think it was 3 centimeters on, roughly 3.5 to 4 centimeters on my tibias, and 5.5 to 6 centimeters on my femurs. Then the pain started, and then you continued every day. You felt that the stiffness increased. Even you did 2 times, 3 times little stretching programs in order to overcome the daily extension of 2 millimeters. I mean, I did that 1 millimeter on the tibia and 1 millimeter on the femur.
Right.
After 9 centimeters till I get to 12 centimeters was painful. And once I stopped the extension, a couple of days later, I didn't have any pain anymore. It was just difficult to walk because I lost a lot of muscles on my calves, on my hamstrings, on my upper legs, on my hip muscles. I lost a lot of muscles because the first 2 months I was not really able to walk. So you were sitting. So if you don't use your muscles, they will lose muscle. And that's why I needed to needed to work a lot in order to be able to walk normally. And that's why you saw on the videos my hip movement like a penguin. Okay, that's because I lost a lot of hip muscles. So the pain level after 9 centimeters was getting daily harder and harder, but it was okay. The most difficult thing on the whole procedure for me was I missed something on my preparation. It was the sleeping position. Sleeping is so important for your healing. And I'm a guy, I need to have a pillow in my arms, lying on the side and sleeping like this. Okay, I was not able to lie on the back and sleep like this. And it took me roughly 1.5 to 2 months till I get a normal sleep again. Okay, the first 1.5 to 2 months was horrible because I had just a couple of hours sleep or minutes of sleep and then got awake again, and that made me a really hard time. That was one of the hardest things what I didn't put into account, to be honest, during the preparation.
Was the sleep. Yeah. And that's pretty much what most patients say, is that the sleep is so hard to come by, and it's unfortunate, but your body's in a chaotic state from going through the procedure. But that's amazing, man. Well, we're happy that you're on the other side. You're taller now, you're walking well, you're back to life, and this is an exciting time. So, all right, so there's a few other questions here, and I'm gonna get into the live Q&A chat. So somebody's asking, who is your surgeon and where did you get this done? So you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, I did it in Istanbul. This is in Turkey, and my surgeon was Dr. Serkan Gürcan. You call it in English Gürkan, but Serkan Gürcan is the proper pronunciation. And I was quite happy with his work, and even with the follow-up procedure with his visits, and I'm happy. The outcome is there, and it is a great job.
Absolutely. We'll say that, man. That's why I was waiting for you to come back on. So this guy's, I'm gonna have to get him on for a live and talk to him. That's awesome. All right. Very cool. All right. So now people are asking, do you feel that you'll be able to make a full recovery? I think he made a great recovery so far, but I guess in terms of like getting back to your normal athletics and activities.
The thing is, normal life, you can walk, go steps, up, down. It's not a problem at all. You walk completely normally. As you mentioned, nobody recognizes something different on my walking. The thing is, I can't still go for heavy sports. I can try to adjust myself for fast runnings and heavy sports after 6 months. This is what the doctor told me. After 1.5 year, you will start to go slowly for heavy sports. This is the time what you need. And yeah, I can't wait for it to go playing football again and doing some sport. I mean, I can go to a fitness center. I can bicycling on the fitness center. The cross trainer is not a problem at all. The thing is, they don't want you to put too much stress on the nails and on your bones right now. It's kept for 1.5 years away from too heavy stress, too heavy loads. That's why they say 1.5 years. And I tried yesterday to run a little bit. It's still, even my brain is protecting my body, saying, okay, make it slowly, okay? Your whole way of doing some running fast activities is protected by your brain. I mean, I know exactly. I can go steps fast up and down. I can walk fastly, and it's not a problem. But if you start to run, if you do some heavy stuff, even in the fitness center, your brain just slows you down. Just okay, make it slowly. Just watch out. Do it slowly, and I think that will take time. This is exactly what they told me. Even you preach it on your videos. It will take 1.5 to 2 years where you can go for full load, for full heavy sports.
Yep. It's the time in the waiting game. And you know what, guys? He's not even at the year mark yet. He's about to be. But the funny thing is that he's not even at the year mark. So technically his bones aren't even fully consolidated, but he's back to, he's healed incredibly well for what he's gone through. So this is incredible. So we're going to be following him. Yeah.
I have a question with you. You saw my X-ray pictures, which was taken in August. I mean, the consolidation is quite good, isn't it? Is there something?
Yeah, we can put
about the formation of the bone formation. It's quite different.
Yeah. Let me pull it up actually, and I think that it actually looks. There's a little bit of hypertrophic growth there, and obviously I could have a surgeon on and take a look at it, but I think it's. Let me just be. I'm going to pull them up here. I've got one up, and I got the other up. Let me just share them now. So guys, we're going to take a little look at Liam's X-rays. You don't mind, Liam?
Just go ahead, please.
Yeah.
This was my question for you to have a look for it.
Yeah. So I looked at it. So this looks fine. Yeah, your bone has healed. It's healed.
I never had a problem with the femurs. I just had some problems with the left tibia,
Oh.
but it was my weakest leg. I mean, if you do a surgery like this, you have a strong leg side and a weak side. And my weak part was the left tibia, which is quite okay right now. I mean, femurs looks good, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I think it looks fine. I think that there's good healing there, and yeah. Do you have any pain there?
No, not
No
at
pain.
all. No
Not a,
pain.
then that's what matters most. And it's like if your surgeon has seen you, he's checked you out, and he thinks that everything's okay, then you should be fine. Awesome. Very cool. All right. Well, this last question is kind of asking about the sleep question again, but you already kind of mentioned that, by default. So we're going to run by that one. And then there was a pain question, but you again kind of mentioned that. Let's get right into the live chat and answer some of these guys' questions. You ready?
Ready? Go ahead.
Okay. So here we go. All right. I'm going to go rewind back here. So all right. So this first one, we kind of answered that. Where did you do the lengthening? He did it in Istanbul, Turkey with Dr. Serkan Gershon. How much did it cost? Okay, Liam, if you want to answer that, it's up to you.
Yeah, I got a little discount back last year before the Corona shutdown.
Oh, really?
It cost me roughly 95,000 K.
Okay,
95,000 USD.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the nails are really expensive. The PRECICE 2 nails, you need to order them from the US. So unfortunately, they're really expensive surgery. I told you in the first video, I sold off my car for this. So, okay.
Yep, very cool. All right, let's see here. Let's see. All right, next question. Oh, here we go. Are you able to kick a football? So he mentioned that he's not able to do all of his sports yet, but he expects to be able to do that in the next 6 to 12 months after he hits that 1.5 to 2 years. So he definitely will be getting there. How much does it cost? We answered that. All right. Let's see. Okay. Is there any advice on how to maximize how much length you can get in both femurs and tibias?
I mean, I have learned a lot of things, Victor, from your videos. I mean, really, I think it's really important to mention, even for the people who are out there and watching these videos. Before I did the surgery, I have gained so much information via your videos, and you brought some light into the darkness. To really, I mean, the whole community needs to be thankful for you, for your videos. Really, it's a lot of information and. Congrats, by the way, for the 10,000 follower mark.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited.
I was really happy once I saw that.
Yeah.
I think you will agree that it is difficult to go for a procedure like this and just say I want to have 13, 14, 15 centimeters. There are so many limits which can influence your height goals. Okay, your physical performance, how you're gonna prevail for this procedure. I mean, the people need to understand. You say you're gonna go for a goal of 12 to 13 centimeters, but it's 7, 8, 9 centimeters. You get really done with everything. You are being at home. You can't do anything. So mentally, you get as well stressed. Okay, so in order to maximize the lengthening, it is really important to have a really good preparation. Of a physical therapy preparation, a mental preparation as well, a psychological preparation. Sleep, I mentioned, and this was my biggest mistake, what I didn't put into the account, your sleeping position. So if you prepare your calf muscles, your hamstrings really good before the surgery, and then you can prevail more easily for such a procedure. And even if I did a quadrilateral lengthening at the same time, I would recommend to keep a time off of 1-2 months between both surgeries, and then start whether with the femur or tibias, and then once you're almost done with the lengthening of one part, then continue with the second part, in order not to push yourself into a corner where it's really hard to get out again. So a good preparation. And you need as well have good support aside of you who gonna do daily stuff, what you can do for you, and so on. And the food supplements are really important for the whole procedure. the proper nutrition plan is really important. Losing weight before the surgery is really important as well. It will help you a lot. And yeah, man, just then focus on your goal and just stick to it. It's gonna be hard, but if you stick to it, you will closely approach to your goal. I mean, my goal was 13 centimeters, but I was not able to continue it anymore. And I thought it's 12 centimeters once I stopped, but it was 12.4 centimeters, and I'm quite happy with this.
You're happy with it. That's awesome, man. Well, good answer. Good answer. Right. Let's see here. Next question is, you didn't remove your nail yet. You didn't get your nails yet, because you haven't even, guys, he hasn't even hit the 1 year mark yet. So he's not even fully finished his process. He just came on to share his amazing progress here. So that's awesome. This is a good one. So
I think the nail's going to be removed after 1.5 to 2 years, which is a normal time frame for the removal of the nails.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And in fact,
information what I got
from your doctor.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes sense. He knows your case specifically. Some people, if they heal, and these are most likely for the people who just do one leg segment, like either the tibias or the femurs, they most likely will heal and they'll get it out at the 1.5 year, but up to 2 years. So you have plenty of time. This person is asking, how long did it take for you to walk without a noticeable difference? So guys, I'll be posting that video that I just showed at the beginning of the stream as a separate video on my YouTube. It's like a 6-minute video. You guys can watch the progression of his walking gait improvements. But from what I noticed with the timeline, it was about from the 9 to 10 month mark, he really lost that waddle, the penguin waddle, and he started to regain the muscle strength to stabilize his walking gait, and it was much less noticeable. But right now, I think it's like 10 or 11 months, Liam, he's walking almost fluidly. You would never know he had limb lengthening done. A normal person would say, oh, there's just a normal guy, a 6-foot guy walking my way. That's it.
Yeah. The thing is, I get my medical certification from Germany on the 23rd of June this year. So it was 8 months after the surgery. I was walking noticeable normally, that the doctors in Germany and Turkey gave me the approval for go for my flight duty. So I think it was 8 months, 8 to 9 months maximum was where you didn't see any sign of a limb lengthening.
Okay, 8-9 months, yeah. Right around that time. And guys, what he's talking about, if some of you missed it, because I know there's more people hopping in the chat right now, is that Liam is a pilot, so he has to get a medical screening, and he flies from Turkey to Germany a lot for his job, and he had to get screenings from both Turkey and Germany, and they basically gave him the approval, the go-ahead, the green light, if you will, for all his medical clearance back in mid-June, you said?
Yeah, 23rd I get my medical certification.
And that's amazing, because that's like 8 months after his procedure. So that's really incredible. All right, moving right along here. Let's see here. All right, Z3, Z4. If you had the time to do one segment first and then the other segment 1 year later, would you have preferred to do it that way? Or do you think the recovery difference is minimal? I guess because you did it because of the COVID-19, you got it done because of that. But if you could have done it this way, would you have preferred to?
Absolutely. I would prefer this way of limb lengthening, definitely. Yeah. The thing is, in my case, I never had the chance to get such a long time off during my career. And with the Corona shutdowns, it was the first time in my whole career in 17 years where I was able to get to 6, 7 months, 8 months off in a row. And then I took the chance to do this surgery. But if someone is having an office duty, where he don't really need his physical abilities, like what I need, he can start with one part of the leg, and 1 year later, or even 6 months later, you can continue with the other part, which makes it more comfortable. It is really hard just imagine you have 2 bones broken on your femurs, and compared to a quadrilateral lengthening, if in your tibias and fibula, 6 broken bones. This is crazy. So if you don't have a time pressure, if you're not really need to do it done in a time frame like me, I would recommend definitely to start with the tibias or femurs. It's up to you what you choose, and then continue with the other bone. Take your time and do it slowly. No one I think it's even for the healing, even for the psychological state, it's much better to not to have such a huge procedure in front of you, and you need to push yourself a lot. You need to push yourself for the quadrilateral lengthening. You can't say for 2 or 3 days I stopped the training. You need to do it, because the training, what you put in the progress to your muscles to extend them. If you don't train them again, they will shrink again. I recognize definitely on the calf muscles. If you don't train your calf muscles, they will get stiff again. Even if you push it for 1 week and then you go off for 3-4 days, they get stiff again. Even if you don't continue the extension. Still today, after almost 1 year, I do some light stretching programs on my calves. I did it today, and hamstring as well. And if I don't do it for 4 or 5 days, if I woke up in the morning and then I do the first step, it's still something that's really stiff on my muscles. You recognize that.
Yeah.
So if you can do it step by step, part by part, it's much better, because you won't stress your body too much, your muscles, your nerves. And I think in if you do just a femurs or a tibias, you will be done complete in 5 to 6 months completely. You will walk normally again. But if your body needs to work on 6 bones to create bones, to heal on the bones, it's different to work on 2 broken bones. Okay, so your body will be completely under stress. It's not just the physical, it's as well the psychological thing. It's putting you a lot under stress.
Yeah, definitely. And I remember we've had chats throughout your process, and you said this is the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life. And it really made, I'm glad you made it through. Okay. But yeah, it's incredibly hard. And so he definitely recommends you, if you're doing quadrilateral lengthening, spread it out if you're able to do that. Okay. Let's see here. So somebody's asking, Liam, did you hate numbness? I guess he meant, did you have numbness on femur or tibia?
Numbness, is it stiffness, something like stiffness, or what is that exactly?
I think it means like actual numbness, where like if you were to touch your leg, the sensation would be a little bit dampened or reduced.
No, not at all.
You didn't?
That was no, not at all. That was exactly checked by the doctors in Istanbul before I get my medical certification from the Turkish aviation authorities. They did it via this EMG. They put some electromagnetic things on your legs, on the nerves, and during the procedure, once I started lengthening on my femurs, there was some different feeling for a while, but it was proper stretching. I did it 3 times a day before the extension. I did some light stretching on my calf muscles. I had some light different feelings. That might be the numbness what Mike was mentioning, but it's overcome with the time and with the training.
Okay, so he did his physical therapy and rehab, and it kind of helped to reduce that chance of that happening. Awesome. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so Albert Lee is asking, did you face any severe complications, for example, osteolysis? So basically, we don't have to worry about the osteolysis thing, but he's asking, did your surgeon notice any type of complications come up that was going to prevent you from continuing your lengthening process?
Not at all. No. I mean, what we did is during the whole process, we supported the lengthening with PRP therapies every month, 1 time. So which is really helping you to create bones, to reduce the healing time. And it's really recommendable if you do a limb lengthening, just ask for your doctor for PRP therapy as well, to include this into the package. So I can remember that the doctor just asked me, shall we stop the extension? We achieved completely in a good way. 10 centimeters is a good achievement. Do you think it's okay for you? I said, no, let's continue. Let's do it. And once we have reached 11 centimeters, he again asked me, okay, I think it's okay. We can stop it here. And I was pushing him all the time, but at 12 centimeters, I was done as well with my physical abilities, and as well, I was not able to parade the procedure. It was, you really are stuck at home. You are lying on the bed. You can't do a lot of things. So you get bored. You lose your motivation, and even if you do something which rockets up your motivation, it's like a roller coaster. Okay, you lose your motivation and it gets up again. But I never had a complication which stopped me from extending the bones. And God thanks, everything really went so smooth till 12 centimeters. So I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful because I know that a lot of people ask me, "Are you crazy to put your whole aviation career, your pilot career, into such a danger just for getting taller?" I said yes, because I was completely sure that I will go out completely fine out of. I never regretted throughout the whole procedure the decision that I have done it till today. And but the hardest thing, the complication, was really the psychological thing. I was not able to sleep. It was getting boring, and you were just sitting at the edge of your bed, and even I cried in the night sometimes. Really, it's not easy. Some people ask me, do you recommend to do a surgery, quadrilateral lengthening with the long method, with the external fixated on the tibia and the femurs at the same time? I tell them, you want to kill yourself.
Oh, sorry about that, Liam. I dropped you off for a second. There you go.
So
yeah,
and the people need to really clearly understand what kind of a surgery this is, what kind of a procedure this is. It's not just the medical, the physical limitations, what you put yourself into it. It's as well the psychological state.
Yeah.
And I think that was the biggest complication for myself. It was hard. It was really hard.
Yeah. So you would say that in your perspective, you'd say that it was a little bit more mentally hard than it was physically.
Absolutely, because I was barely not able to do anything for 6 months. I was at home, sitting there doing the procedure and doing all for 3 months. We did just lengthen, have a standard program for 3 months, not really able to go out without any support. I was just going out with a wheelchair, with someone escorting me. I think that was the biggest complication for myself, my psychological stress, what I had, and not physically. I had a really good physical therapy with Sporty team in Istanbul, and I'm really thankful to them as well. They put a lot of work into me and did a great job. And the only thing was my psychological thing. It's getting hard. It's such a long time. It's a marathon for 6-7 months, and even if I was completely sure that I will overcome the whole procedure, I will get back my normal life, I will go back to my flights. It was hard.
Yeah.
It was really hard.
Gotcha. Wow, guys, that's amazing. So as you can see, he didn't have any complications. And he said that he used PRP, which is like plasma-rich platelet injections. Helps with blood flow and stuff. Did he use that on your tibias or your femurs? Do you remember?
But on every part.
On every bone. So and basically, that's just to help stimulate, nutrients, flesh nutrients, and bone growth. So I think the doctor used that as a preventative method, a prophylactic measure. Very cool. All right, moving right along here. Okay, so somebody says, I'm in the process of tibia lengthening, and I'm planning for femur lengthening immediately. Your recommendations or suggestions? Okay, so
it depends.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. All right. Oh! You paused for a second. I thought you were done talking.
Is it due to my connection or is it your connection?
I don't know. This has happened to me last week, so I'm praying that we don't cut off. But I think we're okay.
The thing is, the person should consult his doctor and a physical therapy institution in order to evaluate the current state of their muscles. And if the evaluation gives an outcome that it might be possible to do it straight after the tibial lengthening, they can go for it. But there should be a really good evaluation of the muscles and the state of the body right now, of the physical state. Okay, not just going into the surgery and see how it will work out. So the people on the physical therapy center or the doctor should really evaluate the.
Oh my goodness. No, I think it might be Liam's connection. Let me, guys, we lost Liam. I'm gonna get him back. Let me. There he is. He's coming back. Liam, I think it might be one of our connections. I screamed at
the might be weak.
Yeah, I screamed at the software people. I was like, "Come on, guys, you can't let me down." But yeah, so you're basically just saying talk to a surgeon, make sure that his muscles are pliable and ready to handle the next lengthening.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here we go. We're going to take some more questions. I probably have about 15 minutes left before I got to get going. So we're going to try to get through some of these questions. So, all right. So here we go. Kyle's asking, are you happy with your body proportions, meaning your upper body length versus your lower body length? I'm considering a 4-inch gain through 2 surgeries with Dr. Paley 1 year apart, but don't want to lose my proportions. So he's asking about proportions.
I think I'm completely happy with my proportions, and in the intro you saw the video of my last state of walking, and you see exactly the proportions are looking really good. I think if you keep it in a balance of roughly 80%, your tibia lengthening should be 80% of the lengthening of your femurs. That means the proportions kept in a really good thing. And I saw a video of you, Victor, about the center of gravity of your body. If you just do a lengthening on a tibia, it will change. If you just do it on a femur, it will change. But it will not change if you do it on both in an equivalence of roughly 80%. I mean, you saw that on the video. I'm quite happy. I mean, I can show that. I mean,
here he is.
Let me just get up.
Yeah. Guys, we're getting a live demonstration from Liam the man. Look at that.
Yeah, let me get off that.
Yeah.
So the man is working right now. See that? I mean, I don't know what I can show that.
Yeah, tip it down a little. Yeah, right there. That'll be good. And step back a little bit.
I think like this better. You see exactly. If I go even to this my hip and to here we got the femur and then the tibia. Even if I go to a squat right now.
Look at that.
I mean, I'm quite balanced right now. That's the good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you hear me because I'm quite far away from the computer, but the proportions are good. And if you keep the recommendations of the doctors of 80% between your femurs and tibias, I think that it's completely okay.
Guys, this is incredible. I can't believe that his leg proportions look great. His interlimb ratio, meaning his femurs to his tibias, look fantastic. And I'm going to, like I said, guys, I'm going to post that video that I put together after I'll try to do it before I go, but it'll be on the YouTube. You guys can check it out. It's basically Liam's progression of his walking, but at the end you can see him in his body proportions. You can make a guess for yourself of what you think about it. I think it looks fantastic. Even to my eye, my trained eye from natural physique sports, I wouldn't even be able to tell when he's wearing pants. If I didn't know he had it done, I wouldn't think anything of it. So awesome. All right, moving right along here. Okay, so Zenosama, he's here. He says, during quadrilateral lengthening, which segment and which side were the hardest to go through?
It was my left tibia. The thing was, on my left tibia, I had a banding. And during the surgery, the doctor just fixed as well the banding. That's why the breakage of the bone was different compared to the others. And I think that's why, if you see it on the X-ray, the tibia on my left leg is the bone creation is completely bigger and more, because I don't know whether I'm right or not, but I think the body just works hardly there where it needs the biggest support, I think.
Can you see it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So if you see his left tibia, yeah.
Exactly. That was my weakest leg, my weakest part, and you see that the bone creation is mostly there. I don't know. Maybe you can answer that too, Victor. Maybe the body is supporting the weakest point of the body in the hardest way.
Yep. I remember surgeons actually say that the bone is intelligent tissue, and it's basically going to fill in where it needs to fill in for stability. And it looks like there's a little bit of an axis deviation there. So naturally, the hypertrophic growth that you're seeing is probably going to try to counteract that. And it probably will remodel itself down some. But I had the same thing. I had a previous break before my tibia lengthening, and you can even look back at my x-rays, and there's still a little bit of a bony callus, if you will. I mean, not a bony callus, but like a kind of like a hypertrophic area where the break was. And it's completely fine. As long as you don't have any problems with it and your surgeon says you're okay, there's nothing to be worried about. Very cool.
I don't feel
All right.
anything, any restriction due to that. It's the doctor told me that it is stronger. The left tibia is stronger than compared to your right tibia, because after surgery it was the weakest leg, and the body just put it the most of I think of the effort or of the healing into your left tibia. I don't know whether that's correct or not.
No,
you're
absolutely right.
On the left tibia, that's right now the strongest bone what I have.
Yeah, your body will put where the biggest damage is. Your body's going to try to like take care of that before anything else. It's almost like a triage effect in the body. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see. Okay, so Zenosama has another follow-up question. When did you start gaining self-confidence, talking about confidence in doing things that you didn't used to do because you feared to do them or thought you could do them? Did you ever have confidence issues, or did you just kind of want to do this for yourself?
I never had self-confidence issues. I mean, I was 37. I was 37 once I started the surgery. I had a quite good career in my life. I had a settled life, as well financially and so on. So I was quite happy with everything. So there was nothing to prove for someone else. But the thing was, I was not really happy with myself, with my self appearance. So with the height of a man of 170 centimeters, it was too small. I didn't felt myself tall enough, beautiful enough. It was just for myself. And with the chance of the Corona shutdowns, the COVID shutdowns, I just took it and did it for myself. And even today, my self-confidence didn't change. The happiness just changed. The internal self-love, of the happiness of yourself, it's much more given because I like myself more. Awesome. And it's not about confidence. I mean, I know if I will be just 160 or something like that, or 150 centimeters, which is way too small. I mean, even 170 is not that small. It didn't affect my self-confidence, but it made me much more happier. And I like myself much, much more right now because I really like to dress up in a different way. I really like to take pictures and so on. And even on each picture, you see my face smiling. I think it was not an issue of self-confidence. It was just the pursuit of happiness.
Okay, look at that! Look at that! Look at this little poet here. He said it wasn't about confidence; it was about pursuit of happiness. I love it, man. Yeah, and I could see the change in your pictures as they came along. As you shared more pictures with me, you were smiling in all your pictures. The ones in the past, you were still smiling, but it was like there's something there, But now he's like grinning everywhere. He's like a GQ man from the GQ magazine. It's like that's awesome, man. I'm so happy for you. Awesome, guys. So let's see. I don't think we have any other questions here in the live chat. So if you guys have any other questions, I have about a couple minutes and then we're going to wrap up. But Liam, man, this is great to have you back on the show to show your progress. You're not even at the 1 year mark. We'll just say that you're, just about the 1 year mark. But it's incredible. How are you feeling physically wise? Do you feel any other residual pain in the legs? Do you feel like your legs are normal, or do you feel like there's still a little bit of hesitation?
There's no pain at all.
No pain.
I think since April, I didn't have any pain anymore. I don't use any painkiller medicine since 6-7 months.
Yeah.
The only thing is the restriction of not being able to go for heavy sports, for playing football or going for a short jogging, running. It's still a limitation, so it will take time.
Yeah.
But there's no really stiffness. If I don't train for 4, 5, 6 days, and then you wake up in the morning, you feel that you need to do something on your calf. Especially the calf muscles are the muscles which gets recognizable slightly stiff if you don't do anything, if you're not walking a lot, if you not do sports. And this is something what I can tell to the audience is you need to continue to do sports. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
just doing a lengthening like this and then you stop with everything, it's not a good idea. So
Yeah.
you need to continue training. You need to do keep out your weight and so on. Don't let yourself fall just to the new height. One of my biggest mistakes is I can't lose weight. I still eat a lot of sweet things, and I love eating. That's my biggest mistake. I would love to have a really nice body like you with fitness, but I'm too lazy for this. I can increase my height by 12 centimeters, but I can't lose 7 kilograms. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'll help you out with that. I'll make you a plan. Oh man, that's great. Okay, so we actually do have a few questions popping in here. Okay, guys, we'll take 2 more questions and then we'll go ahead and wrap up here. Let's see here. All right, Thorfinn's question: how much longer pants do you buy now since you've gotten nearly 5 inches in gain? Yeah, that's a good question.
I changed all my pants. There was no pants that I was able to use anymore, so I just throw them away. And it's the new sizes are. I don't know whether you have the same size in US. It's the width of 36 to 32 inches. I think it's 32 inches. It was 30 inches.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I was throwing every pants away and then bought completely new pants. But I think that's something really which makes you happy as well. If you go to the store and just buy your new pants, which suits really well for you right now. I mean, it was 170 centimeters. I was always cutting the lower part of the pants for a couple of centimeters, and right now you don't need to change anything.
That's awesome. So yeah, he's wearing longer pants. That's great. Okay, so we have another question here. Avaskar Shit is asking, Liam, what's your sitting height if you ever measure? I don't think, do you take your sitting height? Like, yeah.
What is that sitting height?
Sitting height is it's something that you probably aren't worried about, but it's like if you were to measure you sitting in the chair from the chair to your head, and it's somebody who's worried about proportions, Liam. But based on this, guys, again, this is somebody who's getting overly obsessed about proportions. It's something that you can think about, but it's something that's probably not going to matter because it's not going to change from limb lengthening. But I could probably have Liam do it one time, maybe before his next visit. I'll ask him ahead of time. So.
Is it a question about if you sit there and proportionally how your upper body part looks compared to your legs?
Yes.
I mean,
can you show us? Yeah. If you can show us, that'd be great. Then they can kind of be content.
Let me put that computer to a position where you can see.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, that'd be perfect. Yeah, and you can sit on the edge there. Oh, he's doing this for you guys. You guys, like this is awesome. Like there you go. Look at that.
Can you see that?
Yeah, we can see that perfectly fine. So as you can see, he looks natural. It's a low couch, so that his knees are a little higher than there, but his hip height is there. It's because he got quadrilateral lengthening. Torso height looks same. He looks like he's an ideal, match for that height, his torso. So there's his sitting height, everybody.
If it helps, I don't know. I never thought about something like that, to be honest.
Yeah. That's something that is very, very, nitpicky. Like if you
something nice, Victor, was really something nice. 2 days ago, I was flying back from Istanbul to Frankfurt to Germany, and I was forced to sit in the economy class. And you see, the economy class is really tight.
Yes,
and really, I was pressed. That was the first time after the lengthening that I was sitting again in the economy class. And then I was sitting there with my legs, and it was really too close for the economy class. You know what I did? Once the service was done, I just put my legs into the
aisle.
Into the aisle, exactly. It was funny. I was laughing as well.
Yeah, I know. That's funny. It's like I can't fit in the little seat anymore. Those things are tight for me, and I'm not nearly as tall as you. That's great. Awesome, guys. Okay. I think that most of these other questions are just asking about complications and healing. So I think that we've answered them all. Guys, if you guys are content, some people are thanking you here, Liam. Somebody said, not a question. You were just an inspiration, Liam. Somebody say, my great friend. They're very, very glad. Literally, you're a fan favorite, and you really have helped a lot of people with your story, because quadrilateral lengthening is what a lot of people they strive for that because they want to get maximum amount of height gain. And you are literally one of the first who has been open about it. And you've been helping so many people. I've been sharing your story, sharing your progress.
Thank you so much for your videos.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Which helped me a lot.
See, that's what it's all about. And I think that's why I wanted to start this community, is to kind of like, I could share some information of what I knew. And then now look at this. We have patients coming on each week sharing their experiences, from quadrilateral lengthening patients to femur lengthening patients to tibia, all these things. Now it's going to give more knowledge and information to those who are planning to go through this. So this is incredible. I'm very, very happy about the way it's turning out. So thanks so much, Liam. So what we're going to do, we're going to have Liam back on in a couple months, probably like, what do you say? Like every 3 months we'll get you on?
It's up to you, buddy.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. I'm definitely gonna get you. You leave it up to me. I'm like, hey Liam, let's go. So, very cool. So I'm gonna post Liam's video that I put together after this on YouTube, so you guys can check that out. And Liam, if people are interested in asking more about your procedure, or maybe going to the surgeon you had, or inquiring more information about your process, would it be cool if they asked me for your information to relay that to you?
Absolutely.
To them?
You can even put it into the video, if you like, my Instagram, or even my Facebook, or email address, or even WhatsApp. They can contact me.
Okay, cool.
Just one thing for the audience, please. There were so many questions what I had. Be realistic and about your height goals. They're coming up people with 14, 15, 16 centimeters. It was one surgery, and do a deep research before you starting to thinking about 14, 15, 16 centimeters. And this is really important, to have a realistic height goal before doing something like that.
Absolutely. Great advice from the man himself, Liam, the man, the quadrilateral cosmetic limb lengthening patient. He was here and he will be back. So everybody, I want to thank you so much for joining for episode 12, or I could say season 3. The conclusion of season 3 of Limb Lengthening Live will be starting next week with our surgeon coming back on to answer some questions that you guys have about the procedure. And I think that's going to take place at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. And you guys can send questions to live@cyborgforlife.com if you have questions. But until next time, this is Victor from Cyborg for Life, and Liam signing out. See you guys later.
See you then. Bye-bye.